Well, good morning, everybody. We're here at Pilcher Park Nature Center for the Pawsitive Impact Pet Rescue. Karen Bartolome is in charge of this event today, and it's all about pet rescue and raising money. So Karen, I'm going to come over here so I can talk to her a little easier. Tell us about this event and how long it's been going on.
Well, this is our 4th annual event. We're here to raise awareness for our animal shelter that's located in Joliet. We've got all these wonderful vendors here. There's over 35 craft vendors. We've got a kid zone out front with a bouncy house, face painting, snow cones and popcorn, and of course the goats. The star of the show are out front. We've got all our little adoptable dogs that are in the hallway here.
And we'll be seeing them later, of course.
You're going to walk around?
Yes.
So we've got a lot to do, a lot of crafts, a lot of shopping, a lot of animals that need homes.
It's a huge fundraiser to help with these animals, to feed them and take care of them.
To help us be able to save more at the animal shelter. We're here till 3 o'clock today. So we'd love for everybody to come out and see us.
Do you have a phone number they can call for future?
Sure. We're located on Republic Avenue, 309 Republic Avenue. It's 815-730-6713. Our email is pip.rescue@gmail.com. And I think that's about all.
All right. Now, you own a business as well, don't you?
I do. My grooming salon, Karen's Pet Grooming, is on one side. So we opened the other part as an animal shelter about 5 years ago.
And don't you do dog and sitting?
We do. We do boarding and daycare, too, with the facility. So thank you for coming.
I want to get it all in for you, Karen.
Sure.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Greenhouse. There's a beautiful, beautiful greenhouse and nature center to walk
Absolutely. So we're going to be walking around, and there's all kinds of pets here for adoption. So stay tuned, and we'll see what you can pick up to take home with you.
Great thing to do on a rainy day.
Well, our wonderful state's attorney, Jim Glasgow, is here, and of course he has his shirt on, Best Dog Dad Ever, because he's a big advocate for animals besides dogs. But today we have him in front of rabbits and goats, and with Chris Kreutz here with Chubby Goat Acres.
That's right, yes.
Tell us about your organization.
So we're a farm sanctuary. We're located in Schoolcraft, Michigan, and we take in and rescue unwanted farm animals. We have some that are permanent animals with us, and then we also foster and adopt them out, and we provide transport for them to get them to safe places when we can't take them in. Right now we have 11 rabbits available for adoption, and we also have goats here today that can snuggle and interact with people.
So what do you think about that, taking a goat home today?
No, I don't think so. We have 3 dogs right now, and that's a handful, and then it seems like every other weekend our children are dropping off their dogs. So the last 2 weekends we've had 4 dogs, and that kind of throws the apple cart's upset when that happens. But I got a great video I could show you. When Maverick came over, the border collie, he always used to go to the front door when he lived with us, and then he would start the other dogs into a howling chorus. And that happened a couple of times, and it's we have a little crested hairless that gets up at the top of the stairs and howls like a coyote. It's hilarious.
They love it. Our dog used to do that every time he heard the ambulance go by the house.
Right.
So now we have these wonderful rabbits here. They're so nice and chunky. Now, can you tell us a little bit about these rabbits behind us?
Yes, so we have 4 females and 2 males that are available for adoption today. We have some that do well on their own, and others are bonded to each other that we'd like to adopt out in pairs. But all of our rabbits we have today are spayed or neutered, microchipped, and completely vetted and healthy. So we're hoping that we can get some applications on them and get them home into with families that they deserve.
So now, do you have a website?
We're on Facebook, so if you look us up on Facebook, it's Chubby Goat Acres. We also have an Instagram.
How about a phone number?
Our phone number is area code 978-257-7497.
All right, Chris, well, thank you so much. And Jim, you and I are going to wander around and find out some more
That's
interests.
a quick question.
You go right ahead.
Just to stimulate people's desires to adopt a rabbit, could you explain how children can play with them and how they interact?
Yeah, that's a great question. Rabbits actually make really wonderful pets. People tend to think of them as something you kind of stick in a hutch outside and forget about, but we encourage people when they adopt rabbits to really have them be a part of the family. They have exceptional personalities. They love to snuggle. They're very playful. And they'll hop up in the air, they do tricks. Some people even do agility with their rabbits. And so these guys in particular really seek out attention from people. They want to be a part of it. No, they don't bark. They're very quiet. So, these guys just really want to be in a home with families.
So can you do the rabbit nose? I got it.
There you go.
All right, again, Chris, thank you. And it's good to know about, these are like cats, but they're not as much work, I don't think.
They can be. I mean, any animal is a lot of work and responsibility, so we want people to take that responsibility seriously, but they can be litter trained just like cats. They do like to chew, of course, but it's fairly easy to rabbit-proof a house, and the rewards are definitely worth it.
And what is the lifespan of these rabbits?
These rabbits will live to be about 10 years or so.
Oh.
Yeah, and all of these guys we have with us are young. They're a year old or less, so they have hopefully nice, long, healthy lives ahead of them.
Okay, well, thank you so much, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Well, now we're here with Jill Hughes, and she represents Just Giants, Go Big and Go Home. And she has two beautiful Great Danes here, and this one is hers, but this one here, she has a story to tell about that one.
So Henry came to us from Arkansas. He was an outside dog, and the owners decided they didn't want him anymore, so he is now with us looking for love. He does have some medical issues we're working on, but he'll be available for adoption near the end of the year.
And how old is he?
Henry is 7.
And is that about what is the lifespan for Great Danes? Because we're always told that, bigger animals don't live as long.
Yes, people always tell me it's 8 to 10. She is 10 years old here, Ella, and she is doing great. She still runs. Some of it's genetics, but a lot of it is the care they receive, the food they get, regular vet visits. So, if they're well taken care of, they'll live longer.
So will this one be up for adoption?
Towards the end of the year, yes, after his medical issues.
Does he have a name?
Henry.
Henry. Okay, Henry. Well, we hope you get adopted. So, Jim, what do you think about these Great Danes?
Well, my wife Gina is the one that turned me on to Great Danes, and we've had 2. Our last one, Hobbs, just passed away in August. He was 11.
Oh,
so
great.
That Henry's still got some life left in him. Yes, they both do. And again, I've always thought of them as being indoor dogs, at least, and so it's sad to hear that he was outside all the time. Our dog, we have the invisible fence, so he could go out and run, and then he'd come in, and he knew how to relax. Let me just say, he loved sleeping, and
Yes.
but the one thing that he did was when we would play with him in the yard and we'd get him to chase us, he wouldn't know when to stop, and so you'd always have to jump out of the way. And when one of my sons was 10, they collided, and he missed a week of baseball because of it. But there was no animus by the dog. It was just an accident. And but they're gentle giants, absolutely.
Yes. She has scared me running straight towards me and then peeling off at the last minute.
I'm glad she learned that.
So you mentioned indoor dogs, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't have a big dog like this. I have an apartment, a small apartment."
Right.
And honestly, once these guys come in, they find their cushion or their, she claims the couch, but he just lays on a cushion, and they lay around the house. They're kind of lazy indoors.
And I've read, and numerous experts say they don't need a lot of exercise to be healthy. I mean, they need some,
They're
obviously,
big couch potatoes.
Yeah.
but not like you would think.
I walk them about 2 miles once or twice a day.
Wow.
So if you're looking for a nice, gentle giant, they do live longer. It depends on the care that they get, especially if they have a nice, cozy nook inside your home or apartment. Like she said, they're very gentle. They don't have to be exercised too much. Just a nice walk, cuddle up, and they'll love you forever. Well, thank you so much. Again, Just Giants, Go Big and Go Home.
I have a quick
Thank
question
you.
again.
Yes.
I noticed she's a lot softer, than the male. Is that?
A lot of that is diet. The
Okay.
last foster I had before him came in, and his coat was kind of disgusting. After you petted him, you wanted to wash your hands.
Okay.
And we got him on good quality food, and that improved his coat within like a week.
There's a lot about the food these days and nutrition. So now, do you have a website and a phone number?
We do. It's justgiants.org, and I'm sorry I don't have our phone number memorized, but it's on that card right there.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get the phone number here. Thank you, Gina. And the phone number is 708-792-DOGS. 708-792-DOGS. Get yourself a nice, gentle giant. Thank you. Well, here's something a little different. Real Dog Moms of Chicago. I'm here with Aubrey, and this is her sister Ashley down here with this beautiful, what kind of dog is that?
Husky.
Husky, okay. So tell us a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, so Real Dog Moms of Chicago is an organization based in Chicago, and we partner with local area rescues each month, and all events and proceeds will go towards that shelter. So we host events for dog parents and as well as dogs. So we have meetups for dogs, we host pool party events with dogs, and then also for the humans, we do events where you can paint your dog, paint a dog mat that says, "I hope you like dog hair." So we just are reaching out to the suburbs as well. We're primarily based in Chicago, but are getting our reach out to the suburbs now.
So do you have a website?
Yes, it is realdogmomsofchicago.com.
How about a phone number?
I don't know the phone number off the top of my head.
That seems to be the thing today, but I got to show you this shirt. I love it. I might have to go home with it because it's so true.
Dogs are my favorite people, for sure.
Now here we have Karen of Pawsitive Impact Pet Rescue who's putting on this event today, and she has a little critter. And
This is Chip. Say hi, Chip.
Is he up for adoption?
He is, yep. He's a 2-year-old Chihuahua mix. He's been with us about 3 months now. He's come a long, long way. He didn't like people when we first got him, but he's letting everybody handle him today, and he's being a good boy.
Now, how did you find him?
He was abandoned at animal control, and nobody ever claimed him.
Oh, the poor
We
baby.
helped Joliet Township Animal Control a lot. Same thing with Storm. He's one of our adoptables.
Oh, he's just so sweet.
2-year-old husky.
About how old do you think he is?
Chip is about 2.5. And he's hoping to find his new family here today.
What a sweet face. All right, well, thank you so much. And we're going to move around and look at all the other vendors that are here today to raise money for Positive Paws Impact. Well, Animal Control is here today, and I have Ruby and Samantha and Patrick O'Keefe, who is the new director of Animal Control. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing this type of work?
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, he said he didn't have his makeup on today, so we won't embarrass him anymore.
Thank you for that.
So, tell us a little bit about what you have cats here today,
Yes.
but no dogs, right?
No, we do have
Okay.
dogs available at our facility, but we only brought cats and kittens today, and it's mostly our long-term cats who are here today. Hopefully they can find a home.
Now, how old are they?
They vary between 2 years and 10 years old. And then we have a couple kittens who are about 9, 10 weeks old.
So what does someone have to do to go to Animal Control if they want to look at a dog or a cat in adoption?
They come in and see what we have. If there's a specific animal they want to meet, we do have playrooms. They can meet them, interact with them. If they think they're a good fit, there is an application they'll have to fill out. Once that gets approved, if everything looks good, they are able to do the adoption. Some animals go home the same day. Some will have to stay with us for a few more days until they complete their vetting. But usually they're able to go home a few days after adoption.
Well, they all seem very happy here today in their little cages, just looking at everybody saying, please take me home, please take me home. But, you know, our state's attorney, Jim Glasgow here, he has a wonderful idea here that he wants to get instituted. I think, Jim, now would be the time to talk about that.
Yes, well, Joliet Animal Control just came to the rescue, was it 2 weeks ago? We had, one of my secretaries was in the alley, and she heard a plaintive cry. It sounded like a meow, and she looked along the wall in the alley and saw a hole in the side of our building, which shouldn't have been there. But she could hear the kitten crying from down in a 4-foot hole. And so she went back upstairs and alerted everybody. And one of my secretaries, Stacy, I won't give out her last name because I didn't ask her permission, but she sprang into action and started calling every agency she could think of. And obviously Joliet Animal Control helped come to the rescue, so did Joliet Police Department. But we were able to rescue this tiny little kitten who had fallen down in there. And had she not done that, obviously the cat would have died, starvation. So, but again, the sense of urgency that they showed when they heard that, because they didn't know how long the animal had been down there. So an hour could have been the difference, and they weren't going to wait an hour. And then the tender, loving care that the little kitty got at Joliet Animal Control was amazing. And how long did it take to adopt out?
2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
So
You're the famous kitty, that's why.
mission accomplished. And but again, that's for the last 1,000 years, philosophers have been saying you can judge the heart of a person by how they treat animals. And that's absolutely true today as it has been throughout the centuries. And that's one of the reasons why I'm being so aggressive with this is if we can get people being more compassionate to animals on a daily basis, we'll have less violent crime. Absolutely.
I would agree with that. Now, animal control has another issue about needing volunteers. You want to talk about that as well?
Yes, it's kind of ironic. Andrea Chastain, our circuit clerk, came up to me the other day and said she had some people in her office that wanted to volunteer and help out with some rescues of the Humane Society. And I said, well, how about Joliet Animal Control? Because I had just talked to Patrick about an issue over the weekends where staffing-wise they have a period of time, about 20 hours, where the animals are not allowed out during that period. So I thought, well, if we could get you some volunteers, maybe we could cut that in half. You know, because the average pet owner, if they're working, they might have to leave home for 10 hours. Animals can easily endure that. But the extra 10 makes it a little difficult. So I think we're going to get, between my office and the circuit clerk's office, we're going to be talking to Pat next week about getting some volunteers in on the weekend to take care of that.
So I think that's a fabulous idea if you want to come and help these animals, because who wants to be alone all weekend? And it's hard to hold your bladder for 20 hours, but some of them do, because according to Patrick,
Some definitely do. Yep, their cages are spotless, and they want to go out so bad.
so if you want to volunteer, call the Joliet Animal Control, Township Control, and what's the number there?
815-725-0333. And we're open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8:30 to 4. We have a little bit later hours on Wednesday. It's 8:30 to 6:30 at night.
Perfect. So come on out and volunteer and help these little guys on the weekends. And thank you guys for everything that you do.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, I have this sweet little kitten here. About how old is she?
9 weeks.
9 weeks old, little calico. Just waiting to go home here. Wants to be on TV and see everybody. She's so sweet. And then we got another little guy over here with the little white paws. He's all ready for dinner. All you got to do is put a little tie on. He's got his white gloves on already. So if you want some kittens, come on out to Animal Control. Oh, we got another one here.
Here's a little girl.
She left her gloves at home. But they're all just so sweet. Just waiting to go home. And actually, people don't think that you can train a cat like you can a dog, but you can.
Yes, you can.
I trained my cats to be like dogs, and I'm telling you, it's amazing. They don't bark, but they go, but they love it, and you can train them. They just take a little more patience. So come on out to the animal shelter and take one of these sweet babies home. Okay, bailing out Benji. Now we have Nikki and Raquel here, and they're going to talk a little bit about what exactly bailing out Benji is.
So we are a volunteer organization that started out in Des Moines, Iowa, and it grew to be nationwide. Raquel and I are the co-leaders for the Illinois chapter, and what it is a volunteer organization that educates the public on putting an end to puppy mills and commercial breeding. So we encourage people to adopt from local shelters, local rescues, and to, if they really want to go to a breeder, make sure it's a responsible, reputable one.
Right, and if they go to the Bailing Out Benji website and look up the information. There's plenty of information on there.
Okay, now I'm a big advocate against puppy mills as well, and I know our state's attorney is. So, Jim, you want to comment on this?
Absolutely. I have 3 dogs. 2 of them came from reputable breeders who treat their animals with compassion and respect. And, a puppy mill implies the fact that there's abject cruelty taking place on a daily basis, both for the dogs who are being bred and the ones who are sitting waiting to be shipped, so to speak. And with the overabundance of animals that are out there and the number of rescues that are trying to get homes for existing animals, it's criminal to continue to glut the market the way they do. And that's why we'll be talking to the spay and neutering people next about how important that is, that we don't have dogs and cats that are coming into existence when there will be no homes for them.
Yeah, when you can get a nice dog at the animal shelter or a kitty, I mean, why do you have to buy one from a puppy mill? I just don't understand that, because there's interbred so many times and they have so many issues. We had one that was given to us at one time, and I've talked about this before, and the poor little thing had nothing but skin conditions, eye problems, and her mouth was all crooked, and she had terrible overbite. She lived a long time, but she had to be on lots of medication over the years because she was so interbred so many times. But at our house, she got tender, loving care and had a very good life. She was 15 when she passed away.
Well, thank you for giving her the loving life that she deserved.
You're welcome.
And I think, too, what's important is that people know if they're looking for a particular breed. A lot of times they're like, well, we want a purebred. There's rescues out there. They just have to look them up that have that particular breed.
And it's as simple as just going to Google.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So now, what's your website?
www.bailingoutbenji.com.
All right. Thank you very much. I know it's a lot of hard work, but keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies, for being here today.
Thank you.
We're here now with the SNIP Society, Spay, Neuter, Illinois Pets. Cute little ditty, SNIP, get it? Anyway, it's about neutering your pets and getting them so that they're not running around wild. And, you know, when you do that, it does help prevent cancer of the uterus for female dogs. And for the male dogs, it helps them not get cancer of their, their other little friends, for lack of a better word. So who do we have here?
Hi, Rocky. Rocky, I'm Kate Pasulka. This is my husband, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
Ben, of course, you know our state's attorney. Now, Rocky, have you been snipped? Oh, yes, he said it was no problem. Anyway, tell us how important it is to get your dog spayed.
Yeah, it's really important. We want to help control the pet population. We want to make sure that everyone's getting the attention they need for their animals, whether it be vaccines, heartworm, flea and tick, spay and neutering, blood work, anything that they need at a relatively small price, big discount from your general veterinarians. And we think that that's important to help with the mission of making sure every animal is taken care of, spayed and neutered.
And Jim, I know you want to comment on this.
Well, we have 3 dogs at home, Gina and I do, and 2 of them are fixed, and our poodle is 11 months, so next month we have a surprise for him, but it'll be good in the long run. There are so many dogs out there that need homes that just creating animals where there will be no homes is tragic and cruel. And so I'm 100% behind, Ben and his wife. I'm sorry, Kate. And Kate is the CEO, but Ben is in the industry.
Founder and president.
Ben works with veterinarians in his job, so he's fully aware of what's going on. And it's really cool that in Will County we have so many people here today that understand the critical problem that we're facing with so many animals being cruelly treated because there's no one to take care of them.
Right, and they run wild, and also it makes them a much calmer pet. They're not wanting to run outside all the time and check out the ladies, if you know what I mean, especially if it's a male dog. And the girl dogs, tell us about how the advantages for the girl dogs.
What are the advantages for the girl dogs? I can't even think right now.
No pregnancies.
No pregnancies. Yes, no pregnancies.
Or uterine infections.
Or uterine infections
Or
as well.
Cancer,
you're right.
And also breast cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. They have the same issues as people do. So, of course, people don't always get fixed or spayed or whatever you want, but it's very important for animals to get that way because they'll have a much longer life, they'll be much calmer, and more for you to love all the time, your furry little pet. Well, it's called SNIP, and it is Spay, Neuter, Illinois Pets.
One other thing, too, we're always looking for volunteers to help. We run with a lot of volunteers, so that helps us keep costs down. So if you're looking for volunteer opportunities, just reach out, go to the website, snipsociety.org.
Do you have a phone number?
815-630-444-4411. 411.
You're located right here in Joliet, right?
Okay. On Glen Lord across from the hospital.
Now, are you looking to open another place or to move?
Oh, we plan on having multiple locations. We want to make this service as accessible to anybody who's interested in it. So we want to start with our Joliet location and then put them all around the city, even help out Northwest Indiana, anything like that, because it's a need for everyone, and we just want to be there for them.
Now, what is the cost?
Well, that depends. We have two separate pricing. We have general public pricing, and we also have shelter pricing, and they're going to be different. The shelters are going to come in, and they're going to have their own very discounted price, even from what we charge the general public. But people can expect to save about 50 to 60% off of their regular general public bills, even for vaccines, blood work, anything that they want, because we want to make that accessible.
Now, if someone can't afford to have their pets spayed, but they really want to do it, is there any kind of aid out there for them?
Yeah, so we're offering lower prices for low income, so we just need any form of public aid that you might be able to show us that will get you a lower price.
Perfect identification.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Real
yes.
quick, Ben gave me a statistic on cats, and Ben, that number that he needs.
Oh, about cats being spayed as well. Yeah, not just dogs.
Yeah, so the thing about cats is actually if you look at two cats and they breed, within 6 years, them and all their offspring will be responsible for 12,000 animals just from those two cats. So that's why it's so important. If you have so many of them doing that, the numbers become astronomical and almost overwhelming for anyone to combat.
Absolutely. Well, get your animals, get them spayed or neutered, and love them forever. And thank you guys for your new business here in Joliet, and we look forward to your expansion.
Thank you.
Well, Lauren and Megan are with Girl Scout Troop 125, and Lauren wanted to do something with rescuing the animals. So, Lauren, tell us exactly how you came about to be here today.
I looked online and looked up some animal shelters and called them and saw if we could do anything to help them out.
And so who came up with the popcorn and snow cones?
Well, they really came up with it. They just told us some volunteering work.
So you can come and run it. So now, Megan. Yes. How did you come up with Lauren? Did she drag you into this, but I'm sure you really wanted to be here, right?
We've been in the same troop for a while, and
and you wanted to do something, and you found this out, and Lauren asked you to help, right?
Yes.
So how many of the other troopers are here?
2.
There's 2 other girls. Where are they?
Right there. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, here they come. Here comes the rest of the crew. They all want to get on TV, which is fine. They have their badges on.
Yeah.
And what is your name?
My name is Aubrey.
Aubrey, and come on around here, sweetie.
Sydney.
Sydney, okay. And they're here volunteering also to help Megan and Lauren sell popcorn and snow cones to help the animals. So what do you think about this event today?
It's fun because then we get to take breaks, and if we have extra people, we just help out each other.
Just help out. And how about the animals? What does that mean to you?
I think that it's really good because we want to adopt them all out of here, and we want to get them homes, and that's why we're volunteering today.
Well, I think that's fabulous. But do they have a badge for that now?
Yes.
Volunteering, right?
Yes.
Volunteering badge. So I'd like these girls to turn around and show some of their badges. I don't know if you can see them all.
I don't have any.
You don't have any on there, but that's okay. You'll get them. And it's a lot different than when I was a Girl Scout. We used to have these big banners with the badges. So, all right, it looks like you girls work very hard, and of course, on your honor, right? Anything else?
I'm good.
All right, you're good. Okay, ladies, thank you so much. It's all about the Girl Scouts and helping here today with our animals. Well, it's been quite a day here at Pilcher Park. We weren't sure about the weather, but it turned out pretty well, and we're inside anyway. And I have little Chip here, and Chip is about 2 years old, and he's waiting for a forever home. He's very sweet. He's really good with children, and as you can see, he's quite content with me. He just met me, and he's been giving kisses all day. So, Jim, we want to thank you for coming here today and doing so much that you do for our animals.
Well, thanks for asking me, Jan. And the rescue that is our host today, Pawsitive Impact, is doing lots of great work in the Joliet area. And then, of course, we just met SNIP, which is right down the street, that's going to be promoting the affordable spay and neutering that's so critical to stop animals from being born where there won't be homes. And hopefully Chip will find a home today. Hey, Chip, how you doing?
He might go home with me. I don't know yet.
I think so. you have a spot.
Oh, it's so sweet. We've already
All right.
bonded.
Yes.
But
All right.
no, everything that you do, and tell them on the new laws that you're working on right now.
Well, we've got one law. Somebody sent me a video of somebody walking their dog out the window of their car. So they couldn't see the dog. If the dog was going to fall under the car,
I remember
the dog was
that.
having difficulty. And you would think there'd be a law against that. There isn't, because common sense would tell you don't walk your dog out the window of your car. So I'm going to be putting something in on that to make sure people understand that's very dangerous, and you don't want to put your dog in that position. There's some other issues with regards to the wording in our current animal abuse statutes. We have one that says if you cause serious harm or death, and that's in the same statute. That'd be like saying if you cause serious or harm or death to a person, that's murder. They're two different things.
Right.
And so we're going to fix that so there won't be challenges on appeal. And then there's just some other wording issues where I want to make it easier for dog owners to know what their responsibilities are, and easier for us to prove what was done in court. So it'll work all the way around. And I want to try to also get all of the different municipal ordinances mirroring each other so we all know what's what.
Exactly, because some of the suburbs, they don't have the ordinances that we do, because I remember there was an issue in Shorewood, and they don't have a thing about dogs in hot cars.
Right. And that's another issue. On my website, I want to have a list of all the breeds and their tolerances for heat and cold, because they're different. Every breed can withstand different temperatures, high and low. And obviously, the cars, though, if it's 85 degrees out in a half an hour, your car's 125 degrees. So
Terrible.
that's anyone would cook in that environment. And we're still working on getting that bill through that would allow the average citizen to break a window on a car. If you come upon a dog, you can't find any law enforcement available to rescue the dog.
But what would happen, really? The law's not in place, and the dog is suffering, and you just break the window anyway.
Well, you could be civilly liable for the window, technically, but,
It's worth the window to me. I'd break the window.
No, I agree. It's a very small price to pay to save the animal's life, and how it's not going to happen very often. Normally, you're going to be able to find a policeman.
Right.
With today's technology and the way we can communicate, especially in Joliet, you can get a policeman anywhere within a few minutes. So
He's slipping on me. Yeah, he's so sweet. Well, Jim, again, we can't thank you enough for all the hard work that you do. I know you're busy with lots of other things, but the kids and the animals are very important as well. And
Right.
I've never met quite anybody like you that cares so much.
Well, I've got 3 dogs at home, and I employ 5 dogs at my office, and so it's just a daily routine for me. But the one thing that I always try to reiterate with people is, I'm not just a bleeding heart. This also ties into public safety in its totality, and people who are more compassionate to animals will be more compassionate to each other, and you'll have less crime.
Well, I agree, and I wish more politicians felt the same way that you did.
Well, we're going to get there.
Okay. Well, again, I want to thank you, and it's been a wonderful event. Again, it's Pawsitive Impact Pet Rescue. So if you're looking to see this little guy, you can go on their website, because he's the sweetest little thing, and there's plenty of cats and goats and rabbits and some Great Danes. So anyway, thank you for watching, and it's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.